Hey, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, we're not in the usual space. This is actually my room. It's raining outside, so yeah, I don't feel like going in my car right now. Plus, it's fairly quiet, so I think it's a good time to I had a quick video idea, so I just wanted to do a quick one real quick. This is not going to be a discussion. This is just going to be basically, I'm going to be showing you the Bibles that I use to study, and some tips for organization and writing stuff down to help you when you have a lot of ideas and your ideas are expanding at a rapid rate and you don't want to lose them, or you're a creative person who always have something going on in your head. I can give you some tips to organizing, writing things down, things like that. So let's get started. So the first Bible that I want to show you is actually this one. It is the Guy's Life Application Study Bible. It is the New Living Translation. And I had the first version of this Bible when I was younger, but they have a generation 2, so this is the second generation of the Bible, and I really love it because it's basically it simplifies the text so that you can understand it, but it also has a lot of added notes in it. For example, in the beginning of every chapter, I don't know if you can see that. They have who, where, when, and why. They give added notes to things like that. They give you perspective on what you're reading to help you understand it more. They have things like amazing facts in it. They have little added notes like days of creation. They'll tell you the first day through the seventh day of everything that God did on each day when He was creating the world. Then they'll have the important scriptures to life. They'll have a question, and then they'll have the answer. Like it says, "Why should I treat people with respect if they don't deserve it?" And so under it, they'll say, "So God created human beings in His own image." Also, you have things like what now. They put different situations in your life, and they relate them to the text. So it says, what now? The video game. Mitchell had invited his friends to stay for a night in the basement family room. After Mitchell's parents went to bed, Peter said, "Hey, I brought you a video game to play." Mitchell looked at the game. "This is rated M," Peter answered. "Oh, come on." My older brother said it's awesome. Well, Mitchell thought, it does look pretty cool. The other guys were up for it, and Mitchell didn't want them to think he was a wimp. His parents would never know. What would you do? Check on Genesis 3:1-7. So it gives you real life situations. It is geared more towards children and certain things. Most things, but at the same time, there's a lot you can know from the book. Also, like I said, simplifying the text helps as well. So it has things like that. It has things like freeze frames where they whatever situations happen in the Bible, they will write a text based off of who the story is talking about. Like for instance, Esau, and they'll write a text in their perspective. It's pretty neat. They also have things like "I'm not the only one," which kind of shows like, okay, this situation happened to me, but there's other people that is also happened to, and there's other situations that's happened to other people, and it gives it. Like for instance, this one says, "I didn't care much for the teacher of my French class, and I think he felt the same way about me. One day we were discussing French food, including cow brains. I raised my hand and said, when you eat brains, they make your mouth smart. The class laughed, and I was immediately sent to the office. I learned the hard way, that teachers deserve respect. So, it's things like that. But I don't know if he got, I don't know if he got sent to the office because of that. But, and there is one more important thing. Let me just find it real quick. I survived. So these are stories about teenagers, real teenagers, talking about situations that happened to them in their life. It'll show, like this one says, I survived. Dominic, 18 years old, and it talks about serious situations and the verses that they use or that can be used in the Bible to help them get through. It has the greatest stories reading plan, where it goes from chapter to chapter, and it tells you the pages, and it tells you what each of those entails. So I start in Genesis. It says how it all started. Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, Noah gets to build a boat, all aboard, a long wait, rules and rainbows, the Tower of Babel, and it just goes straight down all the way through Revelation. So it's a good way to track your studying and to help you know what you are reading. And in the back, it has an index for all of those things that I was explaining. It shows each one. There is one thing that I am looking for. They may have shortened it, actually, from the first version. Yeah, so in the I Survive index, it shows what each story entails and what it talks about. So for the for different ones, I'll read some out. It says accountability, advice, alcohol, approval from God, approval from others, and those are all the what each of those stories from those teenagers are about. But there is one more thing that there we go. Quick answers. This is one of the most important things to me because it basically goes from A to Z in alphabetical order, and it gives you quick answers to questions like abilities, anything that you can think of according to the Bible and according to real life. Advice, angels, anger, appearance, approval, attitudes, authority. You go through it, God's plan, God's power, God's protection, and it has a whole list of verses underneath that pertain to that subject. So that is awesome for me when I'm studying as well, because it helps me find things quickly, and I have multiple verses to study from, just like that, and it's a great study tool. So that is the God's Life Application Bible Generation 2. I forgot how much. It's between $15 and $20. The original one, which is honestly just as good to me. Mine was just withered, so I just got the second generation. And on Amazon, I believe it's like $5 to $10. It's a great study Bible. So that is Guy's Life Application Study Bible. All right, so that's my first Bible. Then I have a second. This is I believe they call it a father's study Bible. I bought it in Georgia. It was discounted, so it was a really great pickup. Nice leather. The front of it has a scripture. It's Proverbs 17:6. The glory of children are their fathers. This is also a King James study Bible. This actually has a lot of extra study stuff in it as well, but it's not simplified for children. Yeah, this goes into historical text. So with everything that is in here, it goes into the history. They have a introduction to every chapter, about a page to 2 pages, basically describing historically the times and the setup for every chapter. At the bottom, they go verse by verse, and they explain every verse. I don't know if you can see at the bottom there. At the top is the actual Bible, and all of that is like explaining the text. They have that. They go into detail. They break down words. This is an extremely good study Bible. So which I say is not guilt. This is geared towards more, I guess, Bible scholarship, if you would say. So this is an awesome Bible to use as well. They have some pictures geographically where you are, showing that. They have an outline of every chapter. At the end of the chapter, they have a timeline at the bottom, talking about the different times and periods of where you are. The Bible has a lot. And like I said, it's very good quality. They have a dictionary in the back, a very extended, lengthy dictionary. And they also, just like the other Bible, it has even more extended. It has every word, most words you can think of, or words in the Bible. They have them from A to Z, and they have what they mean and where they are in the Bible. And it's pretty amazing, actually. So I enjoy Bibles like this that give you an extra boost into understanding and going more into depth into the Word of God. It is really awesome. And this also has a daily Bible reading plan. It goes from week 1 to week 52. And then they have a 3-year Bible reading plan that goes by year. So, yes. It has a cool little geographical map in the back. So those are my 2 Bibles that I use. I have like 6 because my family, like I said, I've been in church my whole life. So we just have a lot of Bibles around the house. So these are my 2 main ones that I use. And thank God that I was able to come across these because they're very good. I love them. So now let's get to organization, what can really help you. So I'll give a little bit of more background about myself now. So I'm a pretty busy person overall. I'm in college right now. I'm working on my bachelor's degree in elementary education. So I'm in school. I work 50 plus hours a week at Panda Express. At the moment, I'm working to get promoted, so I have a lot of responsibility there. And I have a lot of responsibility at my church because I am they call it a junior youth leader. And so I'm very involved in making programs. Not right now, obviously, because of the coronavirus, but I'm very involved in making programs and getting everything together for our youth program. So I have a lot. And then I have my own just side ventures that I love. I'm a poet. I love to write poetry, and I love to write in general. So I also do that. And now I've taken up YouTube and discussing this. So I have a lot of things that I have going on. It's a little. I finished school already, so I'm going back in August. So right now I do have a little weight lifted off at the moment, but I still have to do things for school, like sign up for my FAFSA, which is a Florida grant that you get. Basically give you money that you don't have to pay back to help you with tuition. And I have other things, like those are personal things, so personal things. These are personal things too, but you get what I'm saying. So I just want to show you things that I use to help me keep me organized. So now one is my phone. Obviously I'm using my phone to record this right now, but I use my phone to write down. I have a lot of notes. My passwords, something I do that's very helpful is whenever I make a password username to anything, I write it straight in my notes in my phone, right? And I know you can kind of, if people know your password, that can be not beneficial, but I have an iPhone X, so it's Face ID, so people can't really get in there unless they know your numbers, you know. So I use that a lot to write down notes in spur moments, you know. These is when I use my notes, my notepads when I'm deep in thinking and things like that. But I use my notes in my phone when I'm just having quick thoughts and I need to write down. So this is a planner I bought from Staples. It says 2020. Admittedly, I don't use it like I thought I would because I just realized I'm not that type of, I use it periodically, but I realized I'm just not that type of person to sit down every day and write everything I need. Every day I just run through my head everything I need for the week and the week after. So I think a lot about what I need to do multiple times a day, every day. So, but what I do use this for, and like I said, this is a very good one. It's very useful for if you are a person that would use this. I would definitely recommend it. I do use the note pages in the back to write down things like things from my job, things for any plays that I'm thinking of, things for church. For yesterday's video, I wrote scriptures down in here, so this is very helpful, very good, and something that I would definitely recommend that you get to stay organized, stay on top of everything. An organized person is a person that will succeed because they are always ready and prepared. When you're organized, you're ready and you're prepared, and you can't get caught off guard. You can't get surprised unless it's something that's outside of your control. But if it's in your control, there's things that you got going on, then yeah. This is my little notepad. Mostly is what I use this for. Sometimes I speak in church. I use this for that. I had another notepad, but I don't know where it is, and I had a lot of ideas in there. I'm a little upset, but that's okay. I use this one for a lot of my poems in church. So this notepad is something that I really like because it's small and I can carry it places with my computer. Like I say, I just write a lot of poems and a lot of ideas. You should always get you something that you can write things, ideas, important themes, and things like that in, especially when you are a creative mind, similar to me, that keeps going. Like my mind is always going, thinking about something. For instance, this video, you know, I really wasn't expecting to do it, but I believe that it would be helpful and beneficial. So use a planner. A planner would be more something to, you know, if you're a person like me who has a lot going on, to differentiate your different tasks to important ones from day to day, week to week. Write them down, have them ready, put times, put dates, and cross it out when you're finished, things like that, to keep everything separated, but at the same time still being able to accomplish them in a timely manner, and being punctual and succeeding. And always write things down, because you never know when something's gonna pop back up. Even if you believe it to be unimportant, some ideas expand. You know, sometimes you'll have an idea and you'll say, oh, it's all right. I mean, but maybe I'll think about it later. Just write it down real quick. Or you get many ideas, just write it down in a notepad, a notebook. Very cheap in different places like Dollar General or Walgreens. Staples is expensive, so I'll be careful about that one. But yeah, just get something you can write down and use. It'll be very beneficial to you in the long run. Trust me. So that was the video. Those are my Bibles. and those are my notepads I use to stay organized. This was a quick video. I hope that it helps you in some way to be organized and to be a self-sufficient person and to keep going and pushing for success. Success is what I aim for all the time, and I hope that you do as well, and I hope that this helped you. Reading the Bible also can be very intimidating sometimes because of the language. So if it's that way, just find a Bible like that, like the God's Life Application Bible, that's easier to use and that's helpful to you. Use something like that, and I promise it'll benefit you in the long run, especially as a young person. It'll help you, and your mind will just open. So the Bible won't be a chore to read to you anymore. Trust me, I understand. It won't be something that's scary to read because you don't understand what's going on. I promise it'll open up your mind and you'll just want to read because now you are able to understand it. One thing though, just be careful about different translations because sometimes they write stuff that isn't true or write something contradictory. So just be careful. If you are a younger person, I will probably run it by your parents about which different translation is the right one. If you're an adult, just be careful about what you're getting. All right. So and thank you for watching this video. God loved you first, so automatically I love you as well. As usual, stay safe, stay healthy. I don't know if I'm gonna be filming back in my room. I actually kind of like it much more, but hey, we'll see in the future. Like I said, I still want to buy a camera, start making better quality videos, things like that, and find better spaces to record, which I am going to get there. I know I will, especially God on my side. I know things will get better. No, and they'll outgrow as a creator, as a person, and I hope that you do too. All right, so I'll see you on the next video, which is most likely going to be on image. Image will be the next video. All right, you have a wonderful day.